So this is my second build log, and well, it's probably not far off my last for this saber actually. I should have probably done some more earlier in development, but this is looking pretty sweet. So what I've done since the previous one, since the previous video, I have installed this red button properly. So I had some trouble with getting it the right height. Now it turns out that the switch that goes inside there needs to be put in from the top, needs to be dropped in from the top, sanded down around the edges first, dropped in through the top so it sits just at the bottom lip of this well, switch holder thing, and when it sits right at the bottom, then you'll have just enough space around the edges to slot this screw in. Sorry, not screw, this button in. But with this button, I applied a little bit of E6000 glue. Just there we go. Oh, it's open as well. I should probably close that. This thing dries really fast. So I put some E6000 on top of the switch, just so that this sticks to it, and I was going to use double-sided tape like I have in a few other places, but I decided not to because I thought it might sit a bit high, and this is perfect in my opinion. Also, I had a bit of trouble underneath this where the wire that went to the board wasn't long enough, so I had to extend them slightly and push them inside just above, on top of the inner core. Now I managed that. It just took a bit of tinkering and fiddling about. You don't really want to be in that world. And underneath the switch itself, I put probably 2 or 3 layers of this 3M molding tape, just to get the bottom of the switch sticking to the top of the inner core inside. So that's the switch. Now this was done previously anyway, and here's where the good stuff is. So I've managed to locate a crystal, which was a mission in itself. The size that is quoted on the Goth3D website, I think it's inaccurate for this install. He quotes 1 centimeter by 2.08 or something like that, or 2.8 centimeters. Not 2.8, that's not right. It's basically 21 mil, or just below it, for the length. Now, I bought a crystal that was pretty much that. Now, it wasn't fitting, just wouldn't go. So I had to cut it with a diamond disc on my Dremel. I believe that's what they're called, or diamond coated disc. And I had to keep the crystal moist while I was doing it as well. So every about 10 seconds or so, I'd take the disc off it and I'd dip it into just a tub of water just to keep it wet. Now that's supposed to be because it might crack. I haven't had any experience with that, thankfully. Anyway, what I did realise is that the cut wasn't clean, so I had lots of dodgy looking sort of, I don't know if you can see there. Probably not. Let me turn on the light. See if this helps. So on the crystal itself, there's quite a few jagged edges, and that's because the disc wouldn't do a clean cut. Maybe I'm just not very good with it, but in the end, it left the surface very cloudy. So I got some advice off those awesome guys on Facebook, and then I just sanded it down. I just used 150 grit up to 400 grit to what was it, 800, 1200, and then 2000 grit, and just sanded the hell out of it, really, all around, and it got a bit clearer. And I picked the nicer side to show on this front here, so that's the side that I've not cut, because I find that the jagged edges don't give a great look when the light's on. It's still okay. I'm considering maybe changing that crystal at some point in the future. I don't know. For now, it's fine. I'll see how I get on with it. Now, the rest of this is pretty much done. So, I've just finished this a few minutes